What's going on? This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You have a thinking class, and if you don't get it, it is your own fault. Join us today as we talk about staying in your lane, staying in your lane. If you missed yesterday and went off the Richter scale, we went a little left yesterday about the oil in the rod and the splitting the Red Sea. And boy, it was something else yesterday what we talked about yesterday about staying in your lane. We talked about Jada. We talked about Will. But we talked about Ike Turner and Tina Turner. So it was a crazy show yesterday. I actually enjoyed it at the end. What's going on, Joe Blast? Good to see you here, brother. Man, we went off the Richter scales yesterday. It was something else. We were talking about, don't give me that olive oil, give me that coconut oil and put it on the rod so we can split some red seeds around here. So yeah, definitely it was definitely a great show yesterday. I actually enjoyed it. It was good. Shout out to you. What's going on, Jonathan W? Good to see you guys. Y'all in here getting, now you're seeing I'm doing a different format, hitting it right off the punch. I'm gonna get a different intro to get it going, but let's get it going. Today we're talking about staying in your lane. The lane didn't call me. I didn't call the lane called me. What's going on, Tara? What's going on? The lane didn't call me. I didn't call the lane called me. I didn't call the lane, it called me. I did not call the lane, but the lane called me. And I want to definitely talk about that today. I just get off the phone with my dear friend for years, Angie down in Louisiana. I got to go make a visit, go down and see my family down in Louisiana down there, get some boudin and some good food, some gumbo and all of that. I got to get down there and get some of that good eating down there. I ain't gonna eat too much because I got to maintain this, maintain my health and maintain my wealth and make sure I look good. You know what I'm saying? So definitely I got to get down to Louisiana and actually see my peoples down there. I don't even know if I want to shout. Wow. Shout out to you before the game even started. He engaged. Shout out to you, Joe Blast. Appreciate the respect, brother, for bringing us the game and insight. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it already. Game, before we even started, I do got something. So since you got that, I'm gonna play my little thing. Let me see if I got it queued up about what Granddad said. This is what Granddad said. He said, I didn't download the right one. Did I download the right one? Oh, I didn't download the right one. I'm gonna make sure I get what Granddad said. Since you did that, let me give you what Granddad said about that. This is what I want him. This is what Granddad said. This is what he said. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, it didn't. Let me get it hooked up. So Granddad, shout out to you. Let me get what Granddad said. Let me get it set up. I done got it queued up. But you got to hear what Granddad said about what you just did. Oh boy, Bluetooth. Yeah. We got to make sure it is connected. Here we go. Shout out to you. I appreciate that already for giving that game. I appreciate that. Let me give you what Granddad. I'm trying to cue this one up. Let me get it right. Granddad said,
first damn word come out your mouth. I got money.
What?
But those not respectable.
First thing come out your mouth is I got money. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. So we talking about I didn't call the lane, but the lane called me. So we've been talking about staying in your lane all this week. But first, let me say what Granddad said again, because y'all ain't want to hear me.
First damn word come out your mouth. I got money.
I got money.
But those not respectable women.
I don't want no respect. I want some ass.
Oh, Grandpa.
Damn the respect. I want you to break down like a 12-gauge double barrel shotgun and show me what you're working with.
But don't you want commitment?
What? Go who?
You don't want to be committed.
Shit.
You heard what Granddad said. He ain't looking for no what. Granddad he is something else. He said the first thing, right? I got money. Let me see if I can pull it up on here on the big screen so we can bring it up so you guys can see it. Then we're gonna get to the teaching today. I got money. Let me see. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. I got money. Yeah, I mean, let me see. Share. Let me want to do that. Share, right? Let me pull Grandpa up. Grandpa, he what's going on? You know, share screen. So we do this. Yep. Okay. We want to do tap, and we want to do this one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, this one right here. Let me see if we can bring Grandpa up, because Grandpa is not playing with y'all. Which, when it comes down to this. This is what he said. Let me get Grandpa up. He said, what? First thing first, what? Oh, shoot, what it sound?
I got money.
Uh-oh.
Yes. First damn word come out your mouth. I got money.
But those not respectable women.
I don't want no respect. I want some ass.
Oh. What? Grandpa.
Damn the respect. I want you to break down like a 12-gauge double barrel shotgun and show me what you're working with.
But don't you want commitment?
What? Who?
You don't want to be committed.
You see what I'm saying? The first thing got is I got money. This, you know, I had to play that. When I seen that, I said, man, it is hilarious. Grandpa, he ain't playing with y'all young chickadees. But let's talk about the game. I didn't call the lane, but the lane called me. And I'm going to get into, I really want to talk about some manifestation things next week. I'm really still going through the teachings and thinking about how I'm going to organize it and how this all applies and how you can manifest things like that. And not no spooky, you know, in the clouds things, but practical things that you can do to get you in your destiny. But let me talk about this first thing. You got to realize that when you came here onto this scene that we call Earth, you were destined to accomplish something in a allotted time. So the lane has been calling you since you were a child, but many times we do like we do when we see our phone ring today, and we hear them say, hey, hello, do you got insurance? Do you have health care? We hang up on what potentially could be the call from your lane trying to get you to your destiny. So we hang up on the phone call from your destiny trying to say, hey, I need you. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Many times the phone call has been given to you when you was a child. You might have been in elementary school, junior high school. You might have been in college, or you might have been in a job. There's a phone ringing on the inside of you saying you need to get into this particular lane. Or you might have pushed the mute button on the phone call so that you can ignore because your parents or people told you this is the lane you need to take. But the phone call has been given out to you to get you in the lane that you were destined to be here, but to walk in or to go into before you were even born. So the lane has been calling you. You ain't been calling a lane. It's been calling you to get into place. And what happens is, if you don't take that phone call, you end up going down streets and avenues and destinations and dealing with people you shouldn't have never dealt with in the first place because you ignored the phone call on the inside of you to get to in your right lane. I have personally been guilty of ignoring the phone call of saying get into the right lane because I thought I was supposed to do this because this is what society say I need to do, or I need to go this route and be a cook, or I need to do this because my father or my mother did this, and ignore the phone call on the inside saying, hey, you need to turn off that lane and get in this lane because this is the lane that's going to bring you the most fulfillment, success, and joy and growth. And so many times we ignore the lane that we're supposed to be at because we are ignoring the phone call that's been given to us before we were even born. How many of you honestly think about it? No, you're supposed to be doing something that you're not doing right now. Or you dealing with people you know you're not supposed to be dealing with, but you're dealing with them right now. You in a situation that like, you know what, if I was really listening to the internal phone call on the inside, I will be in this lane. Many of you dealing with women or you dealing with men that you know ain't no good for you because you're trying to fill a void because you don't want to take your blank to blank Mickey Ficky, thank you, Grandma, take your Mickey Ficky self and get into the right lane. And what happens is you could come to the end of your life and you come to this sign that begins with an R and it's called regret. You can get to the end of your life and get to this place called regret, or a lack of you didn't make the right decisions, or you were looking for comfortability more instead of looking for what? What's going to light your fire? What's going to cause you to be passionate? What's going to cause you to get up in the middle of the night and draw? You have muted the phone call. It's constantly ringing in the back of your mind, and it's ringing. You're like, I'm gonna ignore that. I'm not gonna do that. It's ringing.
We bundled our insurance with NJM.
It's constantly ringing in the back of your mind. But you know what? Nope. And what you do is you try to numb it. It's constantly ringing in the background. It's like, what? You answer the phone. Nah, I got this. You ain't hit nobody telling me what to do. It's constant. Why don't you answer the phone? Nah, man, I got this. So you keep on driving down your lane, and your destiny is trying to call you to get into the right lane. But you won't answer. Isn't it annoying when someone don't answer the phone and you in public? And isn't it something when you in public and you looking around and everybody's phone go off and that person don't put it on silence? Thank you, John the W. Or you at church, or you at church and the preacher's preaching and the choir singing, and then all you hear is, or you in an event and somebody's singing and they doing all their things, and then the phone start ringing. But guess what? That's exactly what you're doing in your life. Oh, at the movies, that's the worst. You got that right. At the movies, and is that the good part? If you don't grab that phone, please. But guess what? That's when we ignore the phone call that's saying, get into the right lane. That's what we do when we ignore the phone call that's coming from within to saying, get into the correct lane. The phone call is for you. It is not for your mama, your daddy, your cousin, uncle, brother, sister. I don't care, your little starter kid, whoever it is, it's for you. Your lane is calling you. And if we were to think about it, then I know we've been talking about Will and Jada because they hot on the track. Sometimes the phone call for you does not include someone else. Let me say that again because y'all didn't hear me. Let me get my water. Sometimes the phone call for you does not include someone else. Sometimes the phone call that you're getting that's for you does not include the other person. Sometimes it does. In the case of Will and Jada, we're seeing that that phone call was never meant for Jada Smith. Solo act, right? So that's why it's so important that the lane that you're supposed to be in is calling you. And when you're in that lane with the correct perspective and the proper way of looking at things, you know who's supposed to be in the passenger seat with you, who's supposed to be your ride or die, who's supposed to be down with you like 4 flat tires with the diamond in the back, sunroof top, who's supposed to be back there with you. And some people, you gotta pay attention when you understand that the lane is calling you. Some people are only meant to go from one block to the next block, and they have to get their stuff and get out of here. With all that being said, that's all dandy and good. I hope you get what I'm saying, because I done said this multiple ways, different analogies, multiple times, because I want you to really soak it up and get it. But when you realize that your lane has been calling you, is looking for you, is destined for you, it is your purpose. That's why if you really pay attention, all I am doing now, now I can tap into where I really want to teach about. All I am doing is presenting to you a mirror of what you need to do. All I am doing is presenting a mirror to you on what you need to do. When you come to the thinking class, all it is a mirror. It's like, oh, shoot, that's me. I need to make the adjustments. So I'm just mirroring to you what you need to do. Sometimes you can have a good chemistry with someone, but their lanes end up the lane ended 2 stops ago. You must realize you're not compatible and you can move forward. That's so true. So true. I promise you, I'm just a mirror to you to say, hey, you're doing this, make the adjustment here. That's all I'm doing. I'm saying to you that your lane that you're destined to be with, and like John the W said, some people you supposed to let go. They're supposed to get out two stops ago, but you keep riding with them, they gotta go. In the case, because if a person is becoming detrimental, and I'm using the right word I want to use, are becoming detrimental to your what? To your destiny and where you need to go, you got to make a decision. Are you going to self-destruct, or are you going to say, you know what? I don't know how to say it. You're going to have to be like Ray Charles, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but you're going to have to get out of here. You're going to have to let that person go. I think we all make mistakes of confusing chemistry with compatibility. A very, very good point. Very true. Very true. You gotta stop. Ray Charles knew that. He can't see. Here you with glasses and can see, and you making choices like this. get in the how? Wait. Let's back that up. And Ray Charles knew to get in his right lane and don't tolerate nobody. And you, for the record, and y'all may not like it, and I like music. For a little history here. For the record, Ray Charles did not like. He did not like Elvis Presley. It's for the record. But Ray Charles understood his musical lane. He couldn't see physically. He knew that his lane was to make the music that was inside of him for the people who could see or who could not see. How does he got it more together than some of us and he can't see? How he knew to pick this particular woman? How he knew to get himself off of he was on that dog food, he was on that heroin, and he knew to get off of there. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Ray Charles was blind by eyesight, but not in his heart. Yeah, Ray Charles had better sight than a lot of you because you're so fixated by the detours. You're fixated by the roadblocks. You're fixated by what you see here. You have no ability to see, but yet he completed his destiny even when he was on that stuff. He fought his way off of it so that he can make a mark in this, so that the world knows that Ray Charles was here. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and just, I'm just here just to do no. The lane is calling you. You might say, well, I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have enough experience. I don't know everything. I don't have the right connect. You sound like Cleveland off the Family Guy. I don't have the right connections. I don't know what direction to go in. That sounds like a great idea. You sound like Cleveland off the Family Guy, but you ain't doing nothing. The lane is calling you. You'll understand this like once you get into your lane and you start doing what you were destined to do, what you were purposed to do, something else happens. You begin to get another phone call and another phone call and another phone call. The thing I want you to understand is taking the initial step to take the first phone call. Once you take the first phone call, there's going to be a time and a span. It's going to be a span of time until you get to the next phone call. Once you did that span of time, then there's another phone call. What happens is it's all to lead you to the path of your destiny. Those excuses can be your eyes leading you astray from your true desires, right? So there's another phone call that happens. And it's so crazy because we look at examples of people who I remember reading an example of many examples of people who have retired. They retired and they did their years working in a particular job or wherever the case was. What's going on, Sinbro? They did their job and doing all this. And then what happened is they got a phone call when they retired. Hello? Hold up. The phone started ringing. Let me see. The phone started ringing. Oh, it would go away. The phone started ringing. Phone started ringing for him. Then it's like, wait a minute.
Which could help unlock a new car insurance rate. Although if you go.
The phone started ringing again, but they just retired. What? I thought I was gonna go and the phone started ringing right when it was time for them to retire, or when they thought they were retiring, and the phone started ringing again. It was for them now to walk into another part of their destiny. We can look at the Colonel with Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC. We can look at Famous Amos. We can look at multiple people who came they say at the seemingly at the end of their life, they don't got nothing going on. Guess what happened? The phone call came. Then we look at people who say they're in their 20s, who got the phone call and they end up expanding past and doing things that they never thought they would do. Look at people in their 30s. You know, they say, well, you don't got enough experience. You don't know this, and that. And they get the phone call. You should be looking for a phone call. I'm trying to help somebody. Looking for a phone call to get you into the right lane to where you need to be at. That phone call can be from a physical place or it can be from a spiritual place. But you need to be listening for the phone call that's going to lead you into the right destiny. Let me get what he said. Your mind may work, but when the last time you realized you took a good look at yourself, the answer may come to you when you look at yourself in the mirror. Correct, 100%. So the phone. So this is what I wanted to get you. The phone or the lane or the game is trying to call you. But many of us got too many Mickey Ficky excuses. We got too many, I don't know. I ain't old enough. I want to get some sex. That's all I want is sex. All I want to do is have sex. I want to get money. Money. But your phone call is saying, just answer the call and I'll get you everything that you're looking for so that you're really satisfied. So let me say something. Let me bring some game down to you because I think some of y'all don't want to get this game. See, we got a lot of guys on the YouTube, on these YouTube streets with these YouTubians. Let me with these YouTube, and I'm going to answer your question. With these YouTubians, you think it's the sex that you want. No, it's the fulfillment of your destiny that you need. You think if I can just break it down, like he said, like a 12-gauge shotgun and get it. That's going to bring you fulfillment. It's going to bring you a little bit of pleasure. But what the true fulfillment comes is when you walk in your destiny, you walk in what you're designed to do. Then when you do decide to engage in that level of pleasure, it's at a different level. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Advice for a 20-year-old with a fairly newly son looking for sound advice, probably put it on the side to get some information. I have a great head on my shoulder, but I want down knowledge. Okay, good. So you're 21. Whoo, man! I remember I was 21. My son is 21. You should be a link to your website on my. You shot me a link to your website on your OG, but it didn't work. Okay, I got you. So okay, I got you. I know exactly who you are. I don't know why the link didn't work. I got to find out why my website is not working. I got to go look into that. It should be working. I'm gonna say this openly, so I'm gonna say it openly, but not openly. So you're 21. You done made a decision. You got a child here. Your circumstances do not put it in the chat room because it's none of nobody's Mickey Ficky business. Don't put the circumstances of what you're in, but you got a child here. You decided to make a choice to have a child here. You have a son here. You got to take care of that child. This is no time to run. This ain't no time to hide. This ain't no time to say, I don't know what I'm going to do. I want to do this, I don't do that. You got to do first things first, take care of you. Of who? Y-O-U. You ain't no good to your son. You ain't no good to society. You ain't no good to fulfilling your destiny if you don't take care of you. That's when most people mess up. Well, I got a child, I got to do. No, you need to take care of yourself first. Take care of you. What do you need to do to make sure you're in good mental health, spiritual health, and financial health? You're 21. You have so much, your skill set, you got to build up so that you can be able to do that. But I will say this, take care of yourself first. Second of all, your next responsibility is to make sure that your child, I don't know the whole situation because this is just a blanket situation. So I want to put it out there. Make sure that your child is taken care of. We have so many men who want to break it down, bust it wide open, bust it wide open. Then when the child get here, bust it. Your next responsibility is, first responsibility, take care of yourself. The next responsibility is, within reason, find out the laws in your state. The laws, LAWS, in your state, just in case she decides to put you on child support. Do you want joint custody or not? Or do you, if you have joint custody, there's no child support, you both take care of the child. You need to find the laws in your state to protect you as a man and as the father. Don't be talking about, I'm lost in love. Don't talk about you lost in love. She would never do me like that. You'll be back here. Woo. I got you. You'll be back here. Man, she took me to court, man. I don't know what to do. Man, I thought she loved me. Bruh, at all costs, protect yourself, your livelihood, and that child. Find out the laws for the fathers in your state. Don't be reactive, be proactive. There are people in whatever state you're in that can help. And I'm just as general, we can talk specifically outside of here because your business is not everybody's business. But you find out what are the father's rights in there. Because at a drop of the hat, you got to understand some women can be emotional and they flip the script, and then you out here, you out there butt out of luck and you can't see your child. I know what I'm talking about. You got to take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, and financially. Second of all, make sure you take care of that child. Third of all, find out the laws that protect you as a man. If you do not, the laws will be giving you a whooping all your life. Most of all, within reason, you need to set up some kind of document or whatever of an agreement, lawyer, whatever the case may be. You got to get a public defender, whatever. Set up some kind of agreement with that mother and you pertaining to your child. Don't just talk about we agree to that. No, flippity flip, no. Yep, find out thank you. That's another thing. Find out that's your child for real too, bro. Don't get in your emotions. I need you to think. Think. That's why it's the thinking class. Think. I need you to think. Think. Get someone to talk. This is the agreement, and it is definitely. I'm so certain. Get some agreement, legal agreement, not something you roll on a piece of toilet paper or y'all just rolled up and her auntie and your auntie looked at it and say, okay, no, legal document to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. Because anytime you flip or she flip, you can go to the police, you can go to the You can go to the court system and say, hey, look here. We have a document. This document says on this date, I pick up my child. On that date, she has him. On this date, this happens. On that date, this happened. You want to always protect yourself by the law. I know what I'm talking about. Shout out to you, Sir Ism. I know what I'm talking about because ain't nobody going to tell you like this. Yeah, parental test came yesterday. So the baby's yours. He's mine for sure. Good. You're doing the right thing. Next thing you knew, you need to make sure you get to protect yourself. See, they don't want to. I'm not saying this because we don't bash women over here. We ain't putting women down. But what I am saying is most guys and most black men are, nah, man, I'm good. I got this. You don't know the laws to protect you and your child. And really, just be real clear, to protect her. Man, I don't know why we on. I'm glad you came through here about this. I'm so glad you came on this about here. See, if you don't catch this right now, you're going to be in the wrong lane, driving on the wrong side of the road, looking left, trying to go right. You did the paternal test. Now you need to find out, family law lawyer, say, hey, what do I need to do to protect me, protect her, and protect this child? Just in case y'all fall out, just in case y'all may not agree, in case you want another girlfriend because you're only 21. You know. And then the next thing, most important thing is, bruh, ain't nobody gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you. Let me tell you, D. Let me tell you this. Don't take it in consideration. Man, you almost lost my train of thought. I'm gonna bring it back. Bring it back. Come on, thought. I had a thought for you because I looked at the things and bruh, protect your rights as a male, as the father. Protect your right. That's what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. I got it. Let me say this. Y'all may not like it. You may not, if you're still young, so you wanna shoot up the ceiling, to the window, to the wall. You want to still to the sweat of my. You still want to shoot up the ceiling. You want to still hit it. You want to still bust it wide open, bust it. And I'm being funny for a reason. I want you to get this, to digest it. So I want to speak your language. But whatever you do, you need to have on some protection. You don't need no more kids. Don't you fall for the whole banana in the pill pipe. Well, I'm on the pill. It's okay. Don't you do that. You don't need no more kids at this time. Protect yourself. Go to the drugstore. Go to Walmart. Go to Walgreens, CVS, drugstore, whatever you got to do. Go get you some condoms. Go wrap up, tidy up. Because to just be honest with you, you're 21, and I'm not saying anything about 21. I know where I was at 21. Your pull-out game ain't there yet. Even with your pull-out game, you got to be careful because you still can get in trouble. But don't you gonna shoot up the ceiling, Scott? You got your house and respect. Yeah, I'm just saying, go get some protection. And if you got to do it, if we have to be graphic, we got to be talking to these grown people, and it's on this day, we might as well get it cut to the chase. God, when you gonna do that, I told my sons who are 21 and 19, I told them that when they were younger, not saying that they perfect and got it all together. Do what you go tie it up. You throw it away. Don't take it all. Don't choose. Oh, baby, I take care of it. No. You be responsible for your own seed. I know this is, man, y'all got me talking about this, man. You be responsible. You be responsible for your own seed. Wrap it up, tie it up, flush it, whatever you got to do. Pour it down, pour water into it, hot sauce, whatever, pork and beans, whatever you got to do. You don't need no more kids. I know you had experienced it one time. You didn't bust it wide open, bust it wide open. You already busted wide open the first time. I'm not saying the first time. You know, you ain't no novice to this. You got a child now. You don't need no more kids. Not at this juncture, because it's a responsibility taking care of a child. It costs a lot of money. Diapers, Pampers, doctor's visits, shoes. Their shoes, just like they grow out their shoes like the Incredible Hulk. You put them in one size this day, and 10 days later, they're 2 sizes up. You buying a 1T, and he didn't grew out and became a 3T. I thought he was just a 1T. And then you try to get him on formula because he didn't want to take the breast. And then next thing you know, you buying Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula 3. And then you got to buy Beach Nut 1, Beach Nut 2. Then you got to get him some rice milk, and he ain't holding his stomach down. Then, dude, it is responsibility, and it is a cost. See, nobody wanted to paint the picture correctly because everybody wanted to floss and gloss over it. But I'm telling you the truth right now. If I don't tell you this truth, ain't nobody going to tell you. All the fellas that I know that brag on pull-out game got kids, right? See, it's okay. Strap up anyway, right? Get the hot sauce. Protect your seed. Protect your seed. I don't care what she say. When the game calls you, yay and amen. Glory to God. Glory to the game. I'm just telling you, I'm giving you some good game. This is game of fatherhood. I'm just saying, how would you say, man, it's time to consider hitting the gym, focus on building my business, and also taking care of him. Give up things to take care of him more. Okay, so I'm going to say this. What you going to learn? Time management. You're going to have to learn TIME management. So with time management, you got so much time to do this, so much time to do that, so much time to do this, so much time to do that. You're going to have to learn first. Let me give you something that a lot of people don't talk about when they talk about time management, because they give it a generic, they give you a generic sort of, spiel. I'm not going to give you the generic spiel. Find out what is your time rhythm. What do I mean? What is your time rhythm? This is about staying in your lane. Please understand. Please understand. I'm talking the game right here. This is about staying in your lane. Let me say this. What is your time rhythm? I'm gonna give you the time rhythm. I'm gonna get what Jonathan W. said. Getting a membership at a 24-hour gym so you can work during the late night hours and curate schedules that take care of priorities. Right. Good thing. I'm gonna give you this time rhythm. You need to find out when you are at your peak performance to work. So I can tell you all day, you need to do this at 3 o'clock and do this at 4 o'clock and do this at 5 o'clock. You might be an early bird, so it might be good for you to get up at 4 o'clock. Or you might be a late bird, where might be better for you to start working out at 10 o'clock at night and do your workout. You need to find out what is your time rhythm. When's the best time where you are the most sharpest and most productive in what you're doing. Let me say that again. I know for me, my most productive time, I know I get up and do I give it personally. I get up and do my meditation. Then I go do a walk, and then I'm working on now going back to the gym. So I do that all before I do this show, my time rhythm. So at night I go to work, I come home, I do some studies. That's the time I go and do my research and I do my studies. Now that may work for me because my time rhythm is completely different from what your time rhythm is. It's called something else, but I'm calling it what it is today. This is my show. I'm calling it what it is. Your time rhythm you may be more productive at the beginning of the day and not at the end of the day. Or you might be more productive at the middle of the day. Find out what works best for you and become more and maximize your productivity then. If you're working on business, it may be good to do it at night, maybe doing it during the day. It depends on what your schedule is, but find out when you are the most, you got the peak performance to do what you need to do. I promise you, that would make all the difference. Now you're wondering, why did this conversation come in? We can talk about that. Hit me on the IG. Is it possible to talk about prices on becoming a mentor in my life? Sure. We talk about that on the back end. So you say, what does this have to do with the game? The lane calling me and not calling, and the vice versa. Be prepared to pivot on items that aren't crucial. Correct. So you might wonder, well, what does this got to do with the game or the lane? The lane, I didn't call the lane called me. It has everything to do. This is not theory. Let me understand that. Shout out to Steve the Dean, Lucario, Mr. 1950, and I can't think of his other name. I can't think of his name, but the other guy. Shout out to you guys who do that whole thing on Sundays. They talk about game is not a theory. What you got right now is a very human experience of a young man who needs to know what to do to get into the right lane. He's made some decisions that we cannot reverse or take back, but the lane is still calling him. See, most time we talk about, let me help you. The game is still calling you. You might have had these you can call them hiccups or mistakes or whatever. They were not mistakes. Situation that you chose to do, that does not mean. Good, see you then. Hit me on the back end. That does not mean that the game did not call you or the lane. His life is in a better shape because he had men who's going to give him the real deal. Still you do, who's going to give you the real deal and get you into the right lane. Your life is not over because you had a child. Your life is not over because you have this decision. But what happens from this point on, the decisions that you make from this point on, is on you, because now you are aware. You can choose to act up the fool and shoot up the whole ceiling if you want to. You will pay the price. But if this class have showed up in your life, we are here to say, get into the right freaking lane. Get into the place you need to be at. Get into the place that's right for you. Now you have a child. Now this is what you need to do. I'm saying this not from a place of sitting in the ivory tower. I'm saying this from a place of being humble, of having 2 boys and making some bad decisions my own self. Just keep it 100. This is the human experience that is not theory. This is real game. This is not somebody saying, oh, you don't deal with single mothers. I got time for all of that. This right here is when the real game comes into play. Everybody has an opinion, and they, like my sister said, and they got a butthole. I'm not giving you an opinion, and I'm sure not talking about no buttholes. I'm trying to get you to be the best version of who you are. Keep you 100. This is not a place for negativity, but a place of tough love, right? For you to show up in the thinking class, hit me in the back end, and I push you away, and you come back, that means you're ready for what I got to tell you. That's why I'm saying this applies to what I'm saying. Sometimes the phone call that you need to pick up is an individual. Sometimes the phone call that you need to pick up is an individual to say, hey, the turn you about to make in the lane that you in ain't for you. You ain't about that life. Sometimes that phone call is from a person saying, hey, you in the right lane, but you might want to slow down because there's a cop down the road who's tagging everybody. Sometimes the phone call, when you in the lane that's called for you, you got to have people who got eyes that see further than what you can see and has a broader scope than what you can see. So the lane, I didn't call the lane called me. Nothing but respect. Get yourself ready for work, man. Get it in. We're gonna talk touch base on the back end. The lane called me. The game called me. Just got to pick up the phone call. You got to realize when it's right in front of you. Or are you going to sit on the side of the road? Are you going to sit on the side of the road and be a lame all your life? We got too many men who are being a lame all their life. They want to blame women. They want to say it's the woman's fault. It's because you keep choosing these raggedy women. So how you going to blame the women when you keep choosing these raggedy women? You the lame. The real game is looking for it. If we talk about the real game, since we're talking about the game called me, the real game understands that I only choose the best quality woman that there is. Except all this belly aching and crying about, oh, these women are no good. They for the streets. You keep choosing the women for the streets. That's why the game calls me. That's why, shout out to you, Alpha Kingdom. That's why the game calls me and I didn't call the game. See, the game tells you when you're in the right lane, who needs to be sitting next to you. And I'm repeating myself. I don't understand like that. I understand. But you guys coming here complaining. They do this. These women ain't no good. They ain't nothing but whore. But you keep choosing those whores. So what does that make you? She's just a reflection of who you are. A lame. A lame. So let me sort of put a bow tie on all of this. Even when the midst of the question, young man coming here about what he need to do. The lane is always calling you. It's whether you have the guts, the gall, the audacity, the ability to get out of your freaking comfort zone. Get out there, take the phone call, and realize that the lane has been calling you since you were born, before you were even born. It's been calling you to do what you were designed to do. It's been calling you to do something that nobody else did. It's calling you to supersede your parents and what they did. What parent don't want their kid to do better than them? The game has been calling you, or the lane has been calling you. It may not look like everyone else did, everyone else has done, but guess what? It's your lane. That's the thing that we need to understand when it comes down to that the game has called me or the lane has called me. You got to realize you got to own your freaking lane. This is what lane I'm supposed to be in. I can't be like the other YouTubians. I cannot be like someone I see on IG. I cannot be like this person or that personality or that person or this person. I got to own my lane. When you figure that out, the game's going to say, you know what? I've been calling you for the longest. I'm glad you picked up the phone call. Now we can work together. Let me show you what I got for you. I got this, I got that one, and this one, this one. I'm going to tell you something. When you take the phone call and you realize you own the lane that you're in, it becomes easy to push people away who ain't supposed to be there. It becomes easy to push away people who ain't supposed to be there. Women's situation, whoever it may be. It becomes easy to do it. You just like brushing dirt off your shoulder. That's why the lane has called. So when it calls you, as Ronnie James said it earlier, all you got to do is say yes and amen. Yes, it's yes. Let me get this yes correctly. The yes is this. I affirm that. Amen. So be it. That's what amen means. So be it. Yes, I affirm that. I agree to that. Amen means so be it. So be it. So be it. I will walk in this lane. Will you get off of your little toddler toilet and get on and put on your big boy shoes, put on them Timbs? Ladies, you put on them stilettos. If you can't wear the stilettos, put them nice flats on and get into your lane. It's been calling you. It's been calling you. It's been calling you. It has been calling you. Some of you, and I'm going to say this, and I don't like being negative, but some of you ain't going to realize your lane until you have run out of road. Some of you are not going to realize your lane until you run out of your own road. What does that mean, LDA? Some of you are not going to even get into your lane but until you run out your own lane, your own road, the way you want to do it. You are the person standing in your own freaking Mickey Ficky way. What's going on, Blackjack? You are the one staying. You are in your own way. It doesn't make it. The lane has been calling you, but you're so full of yourself and so self-centered, you don't even realize that you're standing in your own way from the phone call that you need to get you to your next destination. You are the one. Man, I've seen it too many times. You're talking about rolling in that gravel, right? Games rolling in that gravel. You got to realize the game has been calling you, or the lane has been calling you, but you're standing in your own freaking way. And until you run out of road, until you run to the end of yourself, and some of you need to run to the end of yourself so that you can run into the beginning of your destiny. Some of you need to run to the end of yourself so that you can run into the beginning of who and what you were designed to be here for. You need to, some of y'all need to come to the end of the road. I ain't gonna say it too. You come to the end, you need to come to the end of the road. You need to come to the end of yourself. You're so full of yourself that you don't realize that you need to come to the end of the road with yourself and say, hey, this ain't working, that ain't working. What do I do? When you do that, it's like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow. You begin to follow the yellow brick road for you. You begin to follow the yellow brick road that's designed for you. You can click your heels and be home in no time, Dorothy. Remember, the lane or the game has been calling you. Has been calling you. Has been calling you. The lane has been calling you. You didn't call the lane called you. And once you realize that and you come to the end of yourself and you realize as long as you have breath in your body and you can move around relatively, whatever the case may be, you still got work to do. You still got bricks to lay down. You still got roads and journeys that you have never explored. Open up your mind and experience life on another level. Let me get this, because I know Black Jack gonna ask, what is the angel number for the day? The angel number for the day. What is the angel number for the day? The angel number for the day. Let me see who. Let me know who's in the chat room. Put a number 1 in the chat room. Let me know who's all listening so we can put this angel. Matter of fact, Sigma, you have the angel number for the day. Sigma, if you're watching, good message day. Shout out to Sin World, right? Yeah, it was that today's message. Today's message is for those brothers who needed to hear some real stern fatherly talk. Keep it real 100. Wrap it up, hot sauce, all that, all in one. You need to hear that. Man, I got something right here. It's bothering me. I don't like stuff on me. So let's get this angel number. Sigma, if you're listening, you have the angel number today. You got the angel number for the day. All right. Everybody got quiet. Sigma must be working out. So let me get the angel number right quick. Because he was 21. Angel number is 21. The young man who came in today who needed some help. He was 21. So today is 21. 21. 21. 21 is the number for today. 21 is the number for the day, angel number for the day. Because the young man that came in and asked the question, he was 21 years old. And if I'm thinking right, if you're in here, your birthday is, you got a birthday, you have your birthday has, you're 21, you turn 22 this year. If I'm correct, let me know in the chat room. I can be wrong. If you're in here, the angel number is 21, but the young man, Sin World, if you turn 22 this year, put it in the chat room. Put your birthday in the chat room. I want y'all to see what's about to happen. If you turn 22 this year, Sin World, put in the chat room and put your birthday. And I know it's a delay. You turn 22 this year. Put your birthday when you turn 22. Woo! Oh, here we go. There go Angel. There you go. It came out the clouds. Angel number 21 says that there may be some new opportunities and directions for you to take that will lead you into new and exciting directions. Woo, Sin World. I need you to pick. What? Uh-oh. May 10th is your birthday. Y'all better get this. That angel number 21 is definitely for you. There may be some new opportunities and directions for you to take that will lead you into new and exciting directions. May 10th is his birthday. Trust that your angels are by your side throughout these changes and transitions, and you are guiding your every step. So your birthday is, check this out. Let's put these dates in here. He was born in May 10th, 455 10. Is that right? . . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . 5 . 10. Is that right? . 4 . Oh, I got the wrong date. Let me get that again. It's 5/10/2020. Let me read the angel number again. Angel number 21 suggests that there may be some new opportunities and directions for you to take that will lead you into new and exciting directions. Trust that your angels are by your side throughout these changes and transitions, are guiding you in every step. Boom, 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 boom. So 5/10/22. The angel number message is for you, Sin World. And I want you to catch this. You turn 22 this year. 22. Let me put this in the chat room so everybody understands this. Anytime there's a double digit, it is time for mastery. So if you can catch the lessons, we're going to talk behind the scenes. We talk behind the scenes. If you can catch between now and your 22nd birthday, you're going to enter into a level of mastery. You can enter into a level of mastery at age 22. Now you in the place, you got a couple weeks to learn some lessons, get some things in order so you can master the next leg of your life. Let me say that again. You're in a place now. When you see 2 digits, there's mastery. But you're in a place right now where you got to learn some lessons, get some things in order, get some things together with your time. There's some more things that you got to get together. If you can get it, you're going to enter into a place of mastery in your life. Double digits are a sign of mastery, right? You're going to enter into a level of mastery. Now you may think, well, what you saying, OG? So you're right. So you are going to master something, right? They're getting it now. They're getting together. Reflecting strong, confident. Yeah. So you enter into a level of mastery right now. But before you enter into mastery, you got to do what? Enter into a place that you said earlier. You must be what? In a place of mentorship, in a place of learning, in a place of tutelage, in a place of where somebody can say, hey, you're not doing this right. Bruh, you going the wrong direction, in order for you to enter into a place of mastery. Let's get that. Let me get that and make sure that's right. You're in a place where you're about to enter into a level of mastery for that where you at, because there's many levels. Let me just get this correctly for those who are listening. There are many levels of mastery. What I'm saying, I'm doing a level of mastery. What's going on with me? I'm doing some mastery level work. I'm doing some layers that need to be done. So don't ever think that you arrive. I'm master now. No, you're in a level of mastery. And there's levels of mastery. So between your levels of masteries, like you play in a video game, there's different levels of the video game that you got to accomplish. There's different skill sets that you got to accomplish to ensure that you're at that mastery level. Guess what happens? Guess what happens? That's where you place of where you got to realize I need help. I'm in a place right now. I'm saying this because I want you to get it. I'm in a level now. I'm working on something, and I'm adjusting something. I'm adjusting some perspective, some perceptions, and some things about me. Why? Because I know I've just entered into 50. It's not a double digit, but it's a milestone. So I'm entering into another level. So the same thing for anybody who's listening. The mastery never stops, but you're at the place of 22 you about to enter into. how you enter 22, what you set up now can either make it or break you for where you need to go. So it's imperative that you get it, we connect some kind of way. We talk. I hear you out. I listen to you. You take heed to what I'm saying and what I said on this broadcast openly for everyone else, because this can save you down the road. And oh, wow. And I really didn't look at your thing. Oh, wow. Whew. Man, now you got me tapping in. But I really didn't look at I looked at it, but I didn't look at your Instagram page. Wow. Wow. I probably need to talk to you about that after on the privately, but man, there are some creative things inside of you, man, that you need to be doing. That you need to market and business wise, you need to package and make money from. There is a creative side of you that is asleep inside of. There is a creator inside of you that's asleep, that's knocking at the door trying to wake up. There is a creative side to you, brother, that is asleep, that's trying to wake up inside of you. And what you have done, you have taken your creativity, you have created life, but there's another life that you need to create. And if you take heed to what's being said around you, you'll be set, and your son will be set. But there's a creative side to you that's sitting, a creator inside of you. That it's like, I'm waiting to, it's like a genie trying to open up and come forward. There's like a genie trying to, inside of you is a creator inside of you to create something. I can't see exactly, right now I don't see exactly what it is, but I sense it, that wants to create. And when you create this particular, whatever it is, it has the potentiality to make you money, but it's also going to make you astute in what you do. But like they said, I'm just talking right now. You wrote a lot, so to me to read through all that, Kenosha, that can be a lot. So, but definitely, people, oh wow, there's a lot. He can probably read that. So if you're listening to that, there's definitely for you. And I know it's time for me to roll out. I gotta go. What time is it? Oh, it's 42. I gotta go. But yeah, man, it's a creator inside. It is, man, it's sitting inside of you. So tough. So with that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. And in the words of what he said, I got money. Salute, Gale at night. I see you. Peace.
You can't make this up.